Good morning. Today is Friday, and it turns out that I have today off. It didn't start out that way, but just so much drama occurred at work that I decided to, I could have either like work half day and then come back 5 hours later and then do a night shift. And I decided I should probably go home because my throat, I have a sore throat, and I'm tired, and it's been really cold. And I went to Walmart for some more propane, and they're all out. I couldn't believe it. Walmart is out of propane. So, what I got instead was I got this. It's called Sterno. Let's see. It's called Sterno Green, and it's supposed to be in kind of an indoor thingy. As you can see, it's actually working out pretty well. I'm really surprised. It's keeping the van pretty warm, and I don't know. I don't know if it tells you how long it lasts, how many hours it lasts. But since Walmart doesn't have any propane, I have a little bit left, and I think I'm gonna try to conserve that until I figure out, or till I get the energy and feel better to go get more. But anyway, so this video is about the second type of van dweller, and so I kind of started backwards. I started from type 3, and then now I'm moving to type 2, or second reason for van dwelling. And on this one, on my list, I have the people in type 2 are people who are vets, retired, younger people who don't want to be tied down by the traditional values like house, two-car garage, picket fence, and especially those traditional values have changed. It's gotten much bigger. Now people expect to have 2 to 3 car garage, 2 to 3 cars for the family, more bedrooms, bigger bedrooms, a living room, a dining room, a sitting room, a playroom. So those are, I mean, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of financial pressure. And when you think about it, though, that is pretty much, and then within that group are younger people who have decided, just out of high school, they're not ready to be burdened by that kind of financial pressure, and kind of keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. But basically, all three types of or reasons for van dwelling are tied into finances. Finances play a big part, and finances um, also affects how you van dwell, and affects your reasons for van dwelling. But so this type 2 person, let's say vets, it's a vet that has a limited income, and they want to make that income stretch further than where it's going currently. So they, might dwell in a van, travel, see the world, or do whatever. But vets, I think, want life a lot simpler. They've seen a lot, and now they're into living a much simpler life. So they don't want to be tied down with the burdens of societal expectations. And within that group are young people. It could be young people who just graduated out of high school. It could be people who are still young but had too much responsibility uh, in their early part of their life, and now they want like little or no responsibility, or they don't want to be tied down. They're gonna have a family later, but before they have a family, they want to travel, see the world, experience things, and just kind of enjoy life. And these young people normally don't need a big budget. They might have saved some money, they might not. They might work and then go back to van dwelling. Who knows? Within this group, the people who don't believe in traditional values, and this could be, this could pretty much cover those who are retired and all spectrum of age group, really. Um, they've decided that, maybe they've already had the picket fence and the two-car garage, two, three-car garage, and they've had the living room, dining room, kitchen, family room, grand room, blah, 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 and they've decided that, that the struggle of life has become all about maintaining all of their financial gains, I guess. Or it could be the retired couple who no longer want to keep that big house, and they've decided to sell it and live simpler, and once again, not to have all that financial tie to things. And let's see, the retired, the vets, younger people, and non-traditional. I think it's funny because I think I mentioned earlier that finances ties a lot, plays a huge part of van dwelling. Um, so if money is not important and keeping up with the Joneses and having the latest electronics or iPhones or whatever it is that everybody else seems to be doing, if that's not important to you, dwelling is definitely an appeal. And I kind of thought about it too, and it seems like, I mean, don't get me, I could be wrong, but it seems like van dwellers tend to be, I wouldn't say not normal, but according to what normal is today, they are not. Like, I think normal people today, want a family, want a nice house, nice cars, um, and things along those lines. And maybe that's why people not, I wouldn't say look down on van dwellers, but that's why they are suspicious of van dwellers, because they figure, we want all of this. We're striving for all of this. What is your problem that you don't want this? So I think that does have an effect on how quote unquote normal people view van dwellers. It's, why don't you want what I have? Or do you really want what I have, but you are somehow hiding behind living in a van, you know? So, but I think the group of probably the largest, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I would think that the largest reason for van dwelling is within this second group of people, because they do have some income, uh, and they're not striving for what used to be anymore. They really see value in a simple life, and they pursue that simple life. So I think this group was probably the largest group. The first group of people I will talk about later, but one of the things that I think, no matter the wonderful thing in a way that about van dwelling is that we're all pretty much challenged with some of the same issues, like heat. It's cold. What do you do? Uh, there is no bathroom around. What do you do? And and I think between these three groups, there will be a different level of van build. I thought about myself. I am not a handy person. When I first was in my little minivan, I tried building a bed, and it was not a good idea. It turned out pretty bad, and this time around I got someone to help me. But if I had the money, I would probably have. So I mean, if I get the money later, I think I will try to buy a van that's already set up, because it's a lot easier, and it's a lot. I mean, it's for somebody who's not handy, uh, it's a lot easier. And so, I think tomorrow I'm going to try to get the chairlift removed. I found some place to take it off, and it's going to cost me, but I would like to have that space, because it's it's getting kind of crowded in here, and just want to make it more home. So anyway, yeah, that's my take on the second group of van dwellers. Um, it's basically a group of people who do have an income coming in a pretty. It might be a fixed income, but it's still an income coming in. So therefore, you can match your travels or your expenses according to how much you're expecting to receive. Plus, you can cut down or increase depending on how things are going financially. So that's my second group. My second group are people who are non-traditional. They want a simpler life. One, and that within that group are people who want a simple life and no longer are striving for what the Joneses have next door. And then there are the younger people who may be just be coming out of high school or who have worked for a while and say, hey, wait a minute, my life is just slipping away, striving for something that I don't really want. I'm only doing it because everybody else is doing it. And then there's the retired group, and they're ready to slow down, enjoy life, kick back, live life on their terms. And then there's the vets, and they're also looking for a simpler life. So yeah, the second group, I think the base that ties them all together is that they're all looking for a simpler life, and they're no longer striving for traditional picket fence values. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for commenting or liking, and thanks for watching, and you have a good day.